Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is Dixon. About 3 weeks ago, Kevin Samuels died, and it's not been an easy thing for many YouTubers out there. Kevin Samuels' video was my first video that I put on YouTube, and since then I've been putting more videos, so I will say he was one of the reasons why I started this channel. Maybe in a good way or in the bad way, both sides. He's also one of my influences for this channel. He died, and I already had this video planned, but I could not shoot it because I don't want to be the one capitalizing over someone's death. So I allowed everybody that has every dealings with Kevin to mourn the funeral, the rumors, the everything. I just let them be so that I can release my video in good conscience. And it's been a year since I did a Kevin Samuels reaction. That was my first video. I've not done it again, and this will be the video. So regardless of what you think about Kevin Samuels, I will say he tried in his community. He tried to help his community. I, for one, do not agree with him in many things, in his theology, his worldview, and also his human nature, or rather his view of human nature. So we both come from separate worldviews when it comes to things like that. So, but like I said, I respect him for at least trying to fix his community, making sure to emphasize the importance of masculinity in society. We can see it nowadays where masculinity is the bad thing, it's the villain. But Kevin did his best, and sadly he's no longer here with us. Or rather, he won't be here with us anymore until we die. So I'll miss him, but let's get into the video. Before we get into the video, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. Let's go.
I'm supposed to settle for a regular type dude.
How tall are you?
I am 5'3".
Dress size?
I am a medium.
Dress size? Number?
A 10.
How much did you weigh the last time you weighed yourself?
157.
Fresh face out of the shower, just your natural face. On a scale from 1 to 10, what would you rank your
my
looks?
natural face.
Okay, fresh face out of the shower, your natural face. You can't use 7. What would you rank yourself? 1 to 10.
A 6.
Okay. A 6 is right above average. A 5 is average, right? You're 5'3", 100, dress size 10, so that's above average weight. 5'3", you should be roughly dress size 4. 4'6", 125 pounds. Even if I believe you're 157, 160, you're almost 33 pounds, 33% over your ideal target weight. And you have listen. If you're average to cute looking, if you're below average health from a weight standpoint, and you have 2 children, overall, does that make you below average, average, or above average? Factor all those things in together.
A summary of this is, according to her, she's of age 37, height 5'3", weight 157 pounds, which is roughly 71 kg. I do not believe her. So that means she's below average in health, because for her weight caliber, she's supposed to, rather for her height caliber, she's supposed to be a little lighter than what she is right now. I'm guessing she's maybe 20 more pounds higher than what she's saying. According to her own rating, she rates herself a 6 out of a 10. This is not Kevin's rating. She has 2 children and she has a huge chest tattoo. So Kevin rates her own look as from average to cute, so which is fair. This is where the bulk of every lady falls under. When you start looking at the people who are gorgeous or beautiful, they are the rarity. So average to cute is the norm. For age 37, if she's getting average to cute, that's fine also. So let's continue with the video so that we will see Kevin's reaction.
Below average health. Listen, if you're average to cute looking, if you're below average health from a weight standpoint, and you have 2 children, overall, does that make you below average, average, or above average? Factor all those things in together.
Average. Yeah.
So why should you get anything over? Then why should you get above average? What do you mean settle for? You should get what you are.
I see millionaires with average women all the time.
So Kevin's issue here is the fact that she sees herself above an average man. She feels as if she's doing herself a disservice. Kevin is trying to get her to see that it's the man that will be settling for her and not the other way around. She should be appreciative of what she gets, and she should also look into the pool of regular men.
I see millionaires with average women all the time.
So
They don't have big chest tattoos either, and 2 other kids. Man, I'm just saying. Okay, I want to. No. I mean, let's be honest. Why should an average woman say she's settling for an average man? Maybe
Ain't
that
nothing
makes.
wrong with it. Wait.
No,
Ain't
you
nothing-
said so I should just
ain't
settle.
nothing
No, you said that.
wrong.
Listen. You said so I should just settle for an average guy, and I'm like, you're an average woman. Why should
I
you
mean,
not get?
I would be settling. I mean, he could. I mean, nothing
Why
wrong with average.
why would you be settling and he wouldn't? So what would he be doing? Would he be upgrading?
He don't got no money. So if he don't have no money,
You ain't fine enough for no money.
hey,
I'm not fine enough for money.
No. You're
Average
6.
women
You're 5.
date
You're 5. You said
millionaires.
you're 6, ma'am. You said you're 6. You don't get money. You get second shift at the plant. Did you go to college?
No, I didn't.
Okay, ma'am.
I have my own business. Though.
Congratulations. Don't care. Ma'am, you got 2 children. And you said you are 6. I give you 5, 6. Your numbers together would be average. So why? So an average man would be upgrading to get you.
Look, I didn't say
I'm
all
asking.
that.
I'm asking, ma'am, because we're just having a conversation. You said you'd be settling, so by extension, he would
Okay,
be.
so I guess we'll be settling for each other.
Well,
Is that
but he
better?
be,
so because of the pressure, she's now conceding that they will be settling for each other. I will not fully agree, because if you are actually settling for each other, that means you are both having the same level of compromise. Maybe if the guy has his own children and they earn the same thing, which most of the case they will not, then I might consider that as the case. But let's keep watching.
No, but my issue is, you said settling for him. That means you'd be getting something less than what you deserve. When we settle, we get
Because
less.
I already have everything that I need. If he's not adding to me, then that will be settling, right?
Fabian, I want you to understand what I asked you last night. I asked this question oftentimes with black women. If you have to work as hard today or harder if you want children with a husband, would you rather have a husband or be single? And almost 100% of the time, black women would say, if I have to work as hard as I am today with a husband, I'd rather be single, because a husband is not, just by being a man ain't enough. He's supposed to make her life easier. That is why I have no problem telling women to die alone. It is not our job to make women's lives easier. It's our job to protect, provide, but that's not necessarily easy. It's harder. Relationships are hard. So, ma'am, you got all the things you need, except somebody to share life with.
Yep, Kevin made a very good point here, to be honest, because if you have to work to live on a normal day and a man is coming into your life, or rather you are coming into a man's life, and you still have to work the same amount, that should not be the reason why you don't want to be in a relationship, because relationships are hard, marriages are very hard. So you don't enter into a marriage thinking your workload will reduce, rather it will even increase. The only difference there is the kind of stress you will have in a marriage is different from the kind of stress you will have outside a marriage. And I will say, for every person that I know that is married, they acknowledge this stress, but they still tell me that they prefer the stress in the marriage than the stress outside of marriage, especially the ladies. So the joy you gain when you are in a good relationship is way, way, way higher than when you try to do everything yourself. So your responsibility doesn't just stop with you, it also extends to your spouse and to your children. So work doesn't get less. So if you are hoping to get into a relationship where your workload will reduce, you are deceiving yourself.
And the man who can meet your standards, okay? Can he meet other women's standards?
Sure.
Okay, then why should he not get the best? If he can meet your high standard, he can meet another woman's standard. And all I'm saying is that why should a man have to settle for a woman with 2 kids? Because you got a business?
They don't have, Kevin. They don't have to settle for me.
But you said you'd be settling for him.
Hey, good question again. A man who is doing well, who is financially okay, why will he pick you? 37, overweight, short, it doesn't really matter to a man, your height, to be honest, as long as you are healthy. Why would he pick you? This, in my own opinion, to be honest, the man is the one that's settling for her if he is well to do. The only time, like I said before, that he will be equal to her in the case of settling is if he's coming into the relationship with children of his own. But we all know that's even harder for a man. Most men don't have children except they married before and their wife died, or they had a baby mama who abandoned the children. So most men are single, or rather childless.
Okay, just like you, Kevin, you say that
Mhm.
high value men are supposed to have money, right? That's what you say. So if they don't have money, that means their value is low, right?
No.
And you go off women.
No,
value
no, no,
on
no.
look.
If you want to know, no. High value men, that's a completely different component. That's less than 10% of men. And high value men get high value women, women who are in high demand.
I still don't know why people want high value. Just find someone that is good enough, that doesn't give you headache. Which one is high value? If 90% of women want 10% of men, how many women will have men? None, or rather few. Or rather even the men will just be using a lot of women. So keep that in mind.
Right.
That's not your category.
Because I got kids, right?
You're not.
It's like talking to a wall. Ah! He's telling you to go and look for a regular man, and you are here trying to get a high value man. And she thinks it's because of her children.
Ma'am, no, yes. Would you say that you're a woman that's in high demand or most wanted?
I could be. I mean, yeah, I could be. I mean,
You could be.
if I
So
take
okay.
care-
So
I
so
take
so
care- can I
man,
tell you?
listen,
Can
listen,
I tell
listen,
you
listen,
about?
listen. No,
Can I
no.
tell you about myself?
Hold on. Ma'am, you're 37 with 2 children. Where in the world do women who are average to above average look, average to cute, who are a little overweight with 2 kids, where are these women in high demand?
Kevin, I'm working on it.
No, ma'am, I asked a very specific question. It's not, no, because you're working on yourself. That's fine. But that
37.
doesn't mean you're in high demand.
Yep.
I can get there. Can I?
And see,
It's like a company making a product that gets bad with time, or rather not bad, but the value reduces over time. And it has reached a stage where the value has gone down. But the company is telling us that they can improve the product and resell it back to us. It's not going to happen. It's why I tell ladies, focus on getting married in your young age. Find somebody that you can settle down with. Then when you people settle down, he's stuck with you. Don't go and be doing it when you are older. The reverse works for us. We get rejected until we get maybe older or well-to-do. What you people like in men is their capability. We don't reach that stage of capability young every single time. What we like in you is your youth, your beauty, your fertility, your ability to run our house with us being happy. You don't ask for those things when you are older. I'm not saying older women can't get married. I'm just saying it's harder for you because the kind of men you want, probably within your age range, will be looking for ladies younger than you. Your only hope now is to look for a man that is far more advanced than you, because in a real sense, at 37, you won't be able to give a man that has probably worked hard to get to a level where you can even acknowledge him. You won't be able to give that man a child. So why would he be starved for decades, work his way to the top, then say, now I want to start, and he go and select a lady that cannot give him any progeny? It makes no sense. He will look for a younger lady that he can start life with, since he probably did not get that at the early stage of his life. So this is why most guys do this. It's not because we are nitpicky. It's not because we are shallow. It's because we've considered what we wanted, and we never got it when we were younger. Now that we've walked our way to the stage where we want to settle down, we will not take those people who rejected us, because they were the ones in charge of saying, yes, I want you, yes, I want you, yes, I want you. They did not do that until they became old. So there's no excuse on their own part. I understand some ladies are unfortunate and did not get the right pick, but still, we still see it that way. We want to start afresh. We cannot start afresh with someone who is experienced. That's what we're saying.
You mean to tell me if I can lose 20 pounds?
Kevin is
80 years ago with a woman in your
Kevin is tired. How can losing 20 pounds help you get what you want? The person you want already can just go and meet a younger lady that already lacks that 20 pounds
position,
with no
even without the
kids.
children. 80 years ago, would a woman in your position be with the top 10% man?
Never.
You said
80 years ago. 80 years ago. Would she be with a man in the top 10% of
That's
all
roughly
men?
90,
80
50.
years ago.
Yeah.
Lie. Let's say the chief of my area, then he wants to get married. He's the chief, he's the highest guy. Who will he pick? He will look for the youngest maiden, not youngest as in by age, as in the young and matured lady that is most attractive in his vicinity. And he will go and meet the parents, and he will bring her into his house. That's if he's not even polygamous. So 80 years ago, you have to be special to enter the house of the top 10% men. And my family were not even royalty, so there's no way you will marry a regular person for generations and generations to come.
No. There are a limited amount of these men to go around. Ma'am. So this one I want you guys to understand, especially in the black community. You're an average woman by any stretch of the imagination. And I think
it's
that's
not an
being
insult.
fair. Average at best is more likely the term. Average at best would be pretty fair.
I'm average.
But why would, but listen.
I'm listening.
But the issue is, so I got to settle for an average man. That's not
Yeah.
settling. That's getting what you can afford to buy on the
Exactly.
sexual marketplace.
Okay, so if I wanted a high value man, what do I do?
Fuck.
Be
Ah! It's like with my bank account, I go and say, if I want to get a Bugatti Veyron with my current salary, what do I need to do? What is the right answer to say? I'll go and rob somebody. I either go and rob somebody or quit my job. But you see, then I'll be losing the source of income that I say I want to stick to. So what she has to do to get that person is almost impossible to do, which means go back in time. Go back to when you were 23, 25. That's how you can get that person. Check your weight. Vet everybody that comes into your DMs. Then select the best out of them. In short, for you to select the best, you have to make yourself known. That means you have to advertise yourself. You have to be in the same circle with those top 10% men. So how many people have that access? She's asking an impossible question instead of just settling for what she has. I cannot go and say I want to go and buy a sports car when I can only afford a consumer sedan.
If I wanted a high value man, what do I do?
Be reincarnated. You can't get one. I'm gonna be honest, you can't. You're 37 with 2 kids. If they're less than 10% of the men, why would he pick you over a woman with no children?
But Kevin, I talk to pretty good high value. I go on dates with high caliber men.
Yes, they will go on dates with you. They will talk to you. They'll have sex with you.
We talk about marriage.
Whoa. In other words, it's hard to push a rock up a hill. That's an impossible task. Most men would pick the healthiest young woman that they can tolerate and that can tolerate them. So most men do not want to be fathers to children they did not know the beginning of. I'm not saying children that they did not bring into the world, because a man will sometimes allow you to adopt into his house. But the main thing is he knows where that child is coming from. So plus, if that relationship ever goes sour, he will lose access to that child. So imagine a man bringing a single mother into his house. He gets to know the children. In his mind, he's like, okay, they are my children. Then something happens. Women can just up and leave. Those children that they've said, okay, I want to make these children my own. She has every right to say, nope, this relationship is over. I'm taking my children with me. So if that possibility is there, why would you expect a man to eagerly go into relationships like that? It's not going to be easy for him mentally. In short, his whole family will just warn him and say, you are being stupid. These children are not yours and she can take them away from you anytime. So that's for the man that will even consider these things. So most men want to be fathers to children, their own children. Let's not mix words. Like I said, some people will one day, rather men like myself, want to have our own children. If we end up getting married and we don't get children, at least I picked my wife. I can still adopt. But in the case where you are now saying, okay, go and marry this lady. Oh, she's old though. She might not have children. But yeah, just go and marry her. Most men will not do that. So that is another thing that is against her already. So plus the fact that in the US that she is in, divorce laws are against men. Men are treated like criminals whenever a marriage ends, whether it's the man that ended it or the woman that ended it. In short, sometimes you can have a woman cheat and the relationship is cut off, but the woman will still take half of everything. Sometimes she will take half, and if she can stomach accusing him of assault and different kind of thing, she can take almost everything, including the children. So men are not ready to take these risks. They rather just start afresh with a young lady or a young woman, a woman younger than them, so that they don't have too much problem. Because when a woman experiences something and you enter into her life and you do not beat that standard that she has experienced, maybe in travel or different kind of thing, she will not exactly enjoy that relationship. So men just don't want this extra baggage and leave older ladies to themselves. Go and marry somebody that is older, that is ancient rather.
I want you to understand this is one of the issues because I've talked about this for a year and a half because men will deal with you. What man of value who is a high value man recognized by other men of value? What man that fits in that category is seriously vetting you to be a wife today?
I'm talking to someone now. I've been dating this guy now who's a pretty high value.
Receipt.
We've been talking.
How old is he?
He's 51.
And what makes him high value?
He owns his own car dealership,
Uh-huh.
and he has multiple businesses.
Uh-huh.
He owns houses. Like he's doing pretty good for himself. He's probably not rich, but
ma'am, being high value is more than just money.
he got a good head on his shoulders. He got a good personality. He take care of himself. He work out. He don't even look like he.
Oh Jesus Christ, ma'am! I'm trying to be reasonable, but it's more than just money. And I'm saying a man like why would a man? How can I say this without sounding rude?
So you can go and watch the full video from Kevin Samuel's channel. There are more things she had to say and more things he has to say. Piggybacking on her last point that she talked and she went on dates with men of high caliber. That is not a metric. When a man wants you, he's dating you to marry you. So the question you ask yourself is, how many of those men that are of high caliber, how many of them are actually actively dating me or vetting me for marriage? If they are not vetting you, a man can go to party with you, take you out, spend some money, maybe do whatever, even have sex with you. That doesn't mean anything. A man can have sex with anything. So most times, ladies, please don't mistake attention and sex for commitment. It is not a metric at all. If a man doesn't go and see your father, if a man doesn't give you a ring, it means nothing. Nothing. So getting attention from high value men doesn't mean you qualify for them, because most times the ladies, they actually are vetting for marriage, are not available. They might just want to use you as a dump, because let's face it, most high value quote unquote men, let me just say, not just the rich, but rich, powerful and well established, they don't always have good morals. So there are rarities that have good morals, but those ones, they just will not deal with you. So please take this into consideration. I hope as you people are going there to watch this video, Kevin Samuel's channel can make more money. I'm not sure if his family still has access to the YouTube account. I hope they have access so that they can be making money from this instead of leaving all the money for YouTube. But nonetheless, if you like the video, please like, share and subscribe to Dixon, and I hope to see you guys and gals here later. If you don't support me, this channel won't grow. We just passed 140 something, I think. I'm not exactly sure. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. If you did not like it, please give me a dislike and also leave a comment down below. Don't just leave bad comments, leave comments of encouragement if you have some, and also contribute if you want to contribute. I will be looking at them. If you want me to look at a particular timestamp, please leave the timestamp in the description, so that, rather in the comments, so that I can handle your, or rather I will see what you are actually saying in context. This is Dixon signing out. Help the channel. Bye bye.